Good morning, everybody. It is 10 a.m., which means a bit peculiar, but here on a Thursday morning, we're doing a bit of a midweek makeover for you. Of course, we didn't have the makeover Monday with myself. We still brought some fabulous shows to you, but we wanted to cram one in during the week because, of course, we've gone 2 Mondays now without one of them. So let's do it, shall we? So, going to take you through the next 2 hours here, right up until 12 o'clock this afternoon, with a fabulous show featuring lots of Cadence products. Some that, of course, I'm sharing with you for the very first time. I've never talked about these to you before. You may have seen glimpses of them on shows. We've also got some of that very famous heat transfer medium for you as well. We're literally just getting that added to the show. It has been one of those crazy days so far today. We're only an hour in. Heat transfer medium, it's sold out straight away. You'll be able to get that on this show. There's not a lot of it though. I will warn you, there is not a lot. Okay, there's a handful of it. We have got glass paints, brand new glass paints. We've got glassware, we've got bottles, we've got brand new Cadence colour harmony sets for you as well. We've got foils, we've got surfaces, drinks bottles, downloads, applicators, applications, Crackle mediums. We've got gilding material as well. There is even a shellac, like a liquid solvent-based gold gel on this show from Cadence. It is beautiful, okay? I'm going to take you through all of these items during the show as well. We've even got, of course, for you, you've been asking for the dishwasher safe glue in a bigger size. I've got it for you on the show. It's your napkin glue. We've got it all to go through, okay? We've got loads to actually talk to you about. So what I'm going to do for the first part of the show, I'm actually going to go through all of the items on the counter. I'm going to share with you everything that we've got. So you can, of course, add your baskets, get everything that you need, because some of these items we only have limited stocks of. So you're going to want to be quick with, especially quite a few of them. And then what we're going to do is some lovely demos, take you through. I've got some stuff planned. I've got some stuff on glassware for you. I've got things on drinks bottles with rice papers, with Crackle mediums. I'm going to have lots of fun for you. So this is your opportunity to sit back, relax, enjoy some wonderful inspiration and get crafting. So before we get into our products, I've got the lovely Becky on cameras today. Hi, Becky.
Hello.
That's Becky for us. She's on cameras. We've also got the lovely Amber producing and directing. For the whole 2 hours, is it, Amber? For the whole 2 hours, for the whole 2 Ambers. We've got Amber for that, so thank you very much. On comments, is it Hannah on comments, maybe? I'm not sure, but probably is a Hannah on comments. So give a big shout out to the team. Hannah, it is indeed. Thank you, Hannah. Keep Hannah company on the comments. I do also have the iPad with me as well, so keep your questions coming through. Anything Cadence related or anything you want to know, ask me. Why not? We'll just do it. So we'll keep that interactive for you. We also do have a spin the wheel as well, which is really exciting. We're going to get that sorted for you and share with you the word that you'll be typing in to get into the spin the wheel. But before all of our items, okay, I'm just going to share with you how you shop with us here at Live Shopping, because of course, and I mentioned this earlier, we've had so many of you join us this week, and a lot of you joined us from the sublimation printing show, which was really nice to see. So great to have your company. Big good morning to all of you. You might even join us for the entire day. Maybe it's your day off, or maybe you've got us in your drawer at work and you've got us in your earphones and you're just watching us in the sidelines. But if you want to just shop with us, get all your items and watch later on, this is how you do it. All you need to do is type in the codes that we share with you into the comments, okay? So if you're joining us on Facebook or on Instagram, you'll see the comments section underneath the videos. Now, every single item on this counter has a code against it, and before you type that code in, you just type the word shop, okay? So for example, if you want to go for your brand new set of paint today, it would be shop mineral, okay? So you type shop and mineral into the comments, and automatically it adds it to your basket. And you might be thinking, well, where's the basket? I can't see a basket. Well, it's really clever, because automatically you receive a direct message on that social media platform. And then when the show comes to an end, go to those messages, click on the link that we've sent you, and that'll redirect you over to the Highlight Crafts website. Now, automatically your basket will be sat there with all of those items in it that you chose to add during the show. And then you can check out, as simple as that. But just before you do check out your order, just make sure to log into your Highlight Crafts account, because that gets you free postage when you spend over £35. Along with that as well, you're going to get loads of discounts, added benefits, latest updates, exclusive offers. There's tons to be explored being a Highlight Crafts Club member, so please be a member. It's fabulous. Talking on the website, you can also join us there and watch us online streaming. Maybe you don't do social media. I know a lot of you don't, that's absolutely fine, but you can still join in all of the fun and get involved in the comments as well over on the website, and you can shop ahead too, which is even better because it means you can get an item before everybody else. And of course, you can watch us on YouTube. Right, shall we have a look, shall we? So we're going to start off at the top of our show with some very much brand new paints, okay? I'm going to bring these a little bit closer to you so you can see them. These here are your Cadence glass and ceramic paints. Now, this is your next release of your metallic tones. I'm going to start off here at the top one. This here is your mineral. It is absolutely beautiful, okay? You can see inside here, you're going to get that wonderful light pink. You also inside there as well get your wonderful pistachio green, and you've also got your turquoise, okay?
That's fresh.
Oh, sorry, this is fresh. I put it the wrong way around, sorry, bear with me, guys. This is shop fresh, okay? A wonderful fresh set, fresh, oh dear, a fresh set. That could have gone wrong, oh dear. Fresh set of colours. I'm going to stop saying fresh other than shop fresh. And in here, of course, you've got your light pink, you've got that wonderful turquoise blue and that pistachio green. Now, these here for you are fully metallic. The colour of this is what you're getting. These bottles are transparent. You're seeing the paint through the bottle there. Now, with these, they go directly onto glass and, of course, ceramics. So whether you want to paint them on the inside or the outside, you cure them in the oven. So you paint them directly onto those surfaces, such as your glass candle jars, or maybe it would be your large glass plates that we have on the show. Paint them on there, let them room dry, okay? It takes about 15-20 minutes, and then let them cure for 24 hours, and then you pop them into an oven. Now you pop the oven on to 180 degrees, leave them in there for 20 minutes, turn the oven off, let it cool, and then they are bonded to the surface. You don't have to wait almost a month, you don't have to wait 21 days for them to be cured to the surface. They're instant, okay? Just with that quick 20-minute curing process in the oven, it's fab. Now, don't leave it any longer than the 20 minutes. It's not going to make the paint any more effective. If you leave it in there for like 40 minutes, you'll just start to yellow the paint, okay, because it's not designed to be in there for over half an hour. So 20 minutes is all you need to do. Leave those paints on that glassware, let it cool down afterwards, and they are beautiful. They're incredibly durable. They blend exquisitely. And of course, in here, you're getting those 3 brand new colors for you today. I'm so excited about these. When we first shared with you the full tiered set of glass and ceramic paints, they sold out, okay? They have all gone. There was a couple that bounced back, but they have eventually all disappeared. There was 3 metallic tones, which was the copper, the silver, and the bronze, silver, and gold. Now, those 3 metallics were the very first set of 3 that we ever shared with you. This is now your next generation. We do also have for you as well, along with that one, we've got Shop Mineral. Okay, Shop Mineral is exquisite. In here, you have got your dark pink, you've got your purple, and you've got your dark blue. So those 3 colours there together are going to complement so beautifully alongside, of course, your set of fresh. Now, look at how metallic these paints actually are. You can see the even distribution of mica within the paint itself. Now, it's a 1-coat coverage if you want to stipple with it. If you want to use it with a brush stroke, you absolutely can do. You want to put maybe just 1 or 2 coats in some areas. It's so easy. It dries super, super fast. Honestly, the drying times on these are incredible. Once you've done your brush stroke like this, within literally like 2 or 3 minutes, it's already dry. It's fabulous stuff, and it's incredibly durable. So you might be thinking, well, what makes this different from a hybrid? Why is this different from my Dora paints? Why is this different from my Dora metallics? Well, the beauty of this is that you can oven cure it. With a standard acrylic paint, it's not designed to be oven cured. These are still water-based, but if you use a standard acrylic paint and put it in the oven, you're most likely going to peel that paint off and it's going to yellow or shrink. Okay, it becomes elasticated with the intensity of the heat. With something like this, it means you can go directly onto that designed surface, so ceramic ware like plates, crockery, or glassware like drinking flutes, or it could be serving dishes, or it could be, a big oven Pyrex, that sort of thing. It could be anything, of course, of that surface, and you cure it in 20 minutes. That is the beauty of this paint. So if you want to go for Shop Fresh, which is your top set, it is just £15.99. That's incredible value for money for a brand new set of glassware and ceramic paints. If you want to go for Shop Mineral, which is these 3 tones just down here, that is also £15.99. On both of those sets, you are having a saving of £1.98. So even with brand new paints, you do still have savings against them. And that price is before your Highlight Crafts Club discount is taken off, which is fabulous. Okay, so talking of glassware and ceramics, all of that, we're going to go through loads of different items on our show. Just before I do go through all of these though, just going to quickly share with you a set of Harmony paints from Cadence. Okay, these are your bright set. You may have seen the pastel tones here on live shopping a few times. These are the sets of brights, and I've never had the opportunity to stand here and share these with you yet, which I'm really, really fortunate to be able to do today. Now, inside here, you're actually going to be getting 10 of your paints, featuring, of course, black and white, and then all of your wonderful summer bright tones. Now, these are a premium acrylic paint, so they're not the same as a hybrid. They will still go on multi-surface. If you want to make them waterproof, just add your varnishes over the top. This here is Shop Bright. It's £39.99, and this is your Harmonies collection. They are beautifully put together in a wonderful colour palette, and you know what I love about these, which is what I discovered through doing some testing with them, and even yesterday, they work with your Crackle mediums. So you can paint these on the top of your Cadence Crackle glazes, which means all of these colours crackle and all change. It's fabulous to watch it happen. I'm going to do it during this show as well, so you can see it happen, you can see it work. It's so exciting. That there for you is Shop Bright, and it's just £39.99. What? I'm so confused. We've got no, we've got. What? It's sold out during this show. Right, okay, we've lost all the stock. The heat transfer medium has gone, apparently. That big box I picked up yesterday must have sold. I'm so confused. Right, okay. I'm sorry, everybody. We're here for 2 hours, so maybe during the show we'll be able to locate that box and be able to get it sorted for you. But hopefully we will do. It could have may well have sold out just before we came to air. We're not sure, but we are working on it. Okay, don't worry, stand by. But there was some in the warehouse yesterday. Okay, I picked it up with my bare hands. So, moving on from that. We're going to go on to our glass plates. I know a lot of you are probably going to try and get a hold of that heat transfer medium. Please just stay with us, okay? We will be going back to it if we can sort that out for you. All right, so we have got for you your glass place markers. Now this here is a pack of 10, and inside here, these are all individually wrapped and packed for you, okay, inside the box. So I'm not going to get all of these out because I do have one already assembled, but you can see inside there, they're all beautifully packaged together. Now this comes with a wooden slided base. You've got a slot inside there, which is a cutout groove. You've then also got your glass pane, okay? So they pop inside there. Great for parties, great for wedding favours, decorations. They're wonderful with your glass paints on as well to do a little window decoration. Maybe you're going to use one of your stamps onto here, then colour it in afterwards. But this is brilliant because you're going to get all 10 of those in there for £17.99. It's shop place to get hold of those ones there for you today. We also do have a firm favourite of mine, which I use all the time on many of the shows here at Live Shopping. You'll see these also featured within the Cadence Club. The next class is coming very soon. This is a shop dish, okay? £9.99 for the 2 oblong glass dish plates. This is a brilliant offer. Becky's laughing, something's going on.
I like how you say oblong.
What did I say?
Well, I like how you go for oblong over rectangle.
Oh yeah, oblong.
You always say oblong.
I do say oblong. Oblong dishes. I think it's because my mum always used to say, do you want your sandwiches in triangles or oblongs? And I always preferred oblongs.
And then I found oblonger in a new word.
Oblong. Now it sounds weird, oblong. Oblong, oblong, oblong. The more you say it, I said the word carrot the other day, like loads of times, and afterwards the word carrot just felt like it wasn't a word anymore. Does anyone ever do that? I don't know if I'm the only one, but it is weird. Sometimes you look at something and you think, that's not how you spell it, surely it's not, but you spell it every day. Weird. So yeah, oblong glass plates. You're going to get a set of 2 of these. These are your largest glass surfaces that we distribute here from Highlight Crafts. They're brilliant, incredibly durable, and also all the edges are finished and filed down as well, giving a wonderful, sleek, smooth finish. But of course, if you're going for your glass paints today, you're going to want to pop these in your basket. I get through these all the time. Like, I'm constantly crafting on these, which means you want to get a good stash of them. And both of them for £9.99 is an incredible price. I actually cannot believe we can do them at that price for you. It's fabulous. Talking of glassware as well, we do actually have a wonderful assortment, a good bundle here for you of your square glass jars. Now I actually used these when I made a candle and sat one inside the other and filled the rest of it with the clear candle wax with flowers. I made a candle in the middle, but you can paint the inside or the outside or rice paper these. This is Shop Candle, and it's £14.99. Okay, you've got a saving of £2.97 there, and you're getting 4 pieces included. You're going to get 2 of your small and 2 of your large there for you, okay? £14.99 for those. We also now move on to some of our adhesives, okay? This here is Shop Glue.
Found the box.
Oh my goodness, everybody. Da, 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 da. Do we have some?
Yes.
We have some. Oh, do you know what? I thought there was a box. Do we? We've got some, okay? Now, there's not many, so you have to be quick, okay? So the code for this one, is it heat?
Oh, it's transfer.
It's transfer. Right, everybody, if you want to go for this, you're going to have to be super quick. There most definitely is not a lot for everyone. I've been confirmed that there is literally a few left, okay? So, shop transfer, it's just £9.99 to go for your 90ml pot of your heat transfer medium. It's sold out within the first 5 minutes of its launch. We had hundreds of it. We literally have a few of them, okay? It's not a back in stock. It's a little bit that we took it to, of course, some of our consumer shows. And this, of course, was within those holdings. And we've got some for you, okay? So this here is your heat transfer medium. You paint it onto fabric. You let it dry, you put your foils over the top and iron it, and it transfers all of your foil onto fabric, and it's machine washable. It's brilliant, and one of my first demos is going to be featuring the heat transfer medium. So get it in your basket now, because I think there's literally single figures of it, and then when we do the demo, of course you've got it, because it will be fully allocated towards that point of the show. Going back to our adhesives for you, we do have Shop Glue, which is £8.99, okay? This here for you is your fabric decoupage glue. It means all of your rice paper creations can go directly onto fabric. It's fully machine washable. So this is a larger version of the fabric glue that comes within your Bond and Seal kit. Now this here for you, it's got a rubberizing compound inside this, okay? What that means is it's fully flexible, it's water repellent and moisture resistant. So when you're putting your rice papers directly onto fabric, it locks to the fibers. It creates almost a vinyl feel because it allows it to move, it allows it to pleat, and of course have all those different characteristics. It's brilliant. You just heat set it with an iron, it's brilliant. I love it bits. Now, we've also got your napkin glue. A lot of you have been asking, I want a larger bottle of my Cadence dishwasher safe glue. This is it, okay? It's just a slightly different label for you. It's your porcelain napkin glue, but it's dishwasher safe. This here for you is £9.99. It's shop napkin. It's a 120ml bottle. It dries completely transparent on, of course, once it's finished curing on glassware or ceramics. When you've decided where you're putting your rice paper with this, it is going to stay in place. It's permanent. So make sure, of course, when you're building your designs, you know exactly where you want it to go. It's one of my favorite adhesives. Use plenty of it. It's brilliant glue. £9.99, fully dishwasher safe, fully water resistant and weatherproof, of course on rice papers on all hard surfaces. We do have some more glassware on the show for you. This is Shop Jar. You're going to get 2 of your 400ml and 2 of your 600ml jars in here. This is £17.99 for all 4. That's a good price. These are usually like £9.99 in shops. Have we got a question?
Yeah, do you know your ceramics? Do you put Aquastone to make them hand washable?
No, not at all. That's a great question. So when you're using your napkin glue on your ceramics or glassware, you don't need to varnish them if you've used that napkin glue. It won't give you a glossed finish though. So if you do want to have a glaze finish, do use your Aquastone over the top. Just remember to leave your Aquastone that 21 days to cure. But this is the glue that will of course be a self-sealing adhesive. Hope that answers that for you. Do keep your questions coming in. I do have the iPad over there, so I will be doing some questions as we go through our show. So we do have our 4 glass jars there for you. Shop Jar, £17.99. Quick little recap for you on the Harmony paints. This here is Shop Bright. Now this is £39.99. You're going to get all 10 inside here. You're going to get your black and white. You've also got that wonderful river blue. Inside there as well, you've got your mint green. You've also got your purple. You've got your yellow in there. It's a sun yellow. It's gorgeous. You then do have your royal blue. So you'll notice some of these tones from maybe your hybrid. You've got your fuchsia, which is almost a softer version of the traditional fuchsia. apple candy, and then of course we round it up there with your orange. All 10 of those for $39.99. That's your Harmony set of paints from, of course, Cadence. These are brilliant, okay? This is Shop Love. Now, this is a set of 6 glass bottles. They do already have an etched sentiment there and a heart, which is lovely. So if you wanted to put some little wire lights inside these, it would be great gifts as they are. But I like to paint them. In fact, let me grab this one. I'm going to do some painting during the show for you, but I actually put some of the handy lacquered paint on this when I was doing some playing with some swatch colours. And look how well it covered that. It's gorgeous. Now, this means you can go on with your hybrids, your metallic glass paints. You can do all sorts on here. I'm going a little bit skew-if. There we go. We're back up again. We're all right. We had a bit of a camera technicality there. Making me go dizzy, Becky.
Still got a bit of a mind of its own today.
Got a mind of its own as that camera stick. It'll be all right. What, me? So what we've got here for you is your set of six bottles. Now this here is Shop Love. It's £14.99. You're saving £2.95 here as well. You're going to get all 6 of these. These are brilliant. Of course, you can use them with all your metallics, with your hybrids, with your rice papers. Again, you can completely transform the look and feel of all of these. They would be great gifts for you, and they'd be wonderful as vases too. All 6 of those, £14.99, is an incredible deal. 6 glass bottles, that's fabulous. Take advantage of that. You just have to, especially once you start working with your rice papers and your paints. You're going to love it. I've also got some fabrics on the show as well, which I'm really excited about because we have got here for you your aprons. Now this here is Shop Apron. It's $12.99 and it's your white pocket apron. Okay, so this is going to go great for your rice papering on here. It does have a pocket in the front for it as well. So of course, with this in mind, you could be putting your favorite designs on here. It could be completely personalized. It could be having your heat transfer vinyl onto this, but most importantly, use your heat transfer medium, stencil it onto here, and then use your foils, and it transfers any of this colour directly onto the fabric. I'm going to show you that process in a few moments' time. I'm just going to take this off. There we go. So of course it is adjustable as well. You've got the straps inside there which tighten for you. I love that concept. I think it's really cool. It's a little bit different actually. So of course the strap goes through that trunking at the edge, which means you can tighten it and raise that area so you don't have a buckle or a clasp. Shop Apron, £12.99 for one of your white aprons. We've also got the long pocket apron as well, $22.99. This is Shop Long, and this is for your black apron. Okay, I did have a sample of these, but Stephanie used it as a giveaway whilst I was on holiday. So one very fortunate viewer managed to get that one home, so congratulations if it was you. But look at this. Isn't that amazing? You've got your black apron, they're really strong. The straps are super long as well, so you can almost double these around. They are brilliant. Wonderful quality as well. Really, really smooth cotton that you've got there. Really, really strong stitching, very well made. The quality is obviously really easy to see with something like this. But again, personalize all of your own items. The aprons are a favorite of mine. You see us in aprons every day here at Highlight Crafts, so make your own. Maybe you're going to use your sketch machine with it. Maybe you're going to put your rice paper, stencil onto it, use your Dora textile paints from Cadence, whatever you want to. That is Shop Long at £22.99. We do also have for you a set of 3 of the white tote bags. Now these are new. This here is $14.99. It's Shop Tote. And look at these. They're a wonderful white canvas. So they're not the oatmeal colour, they're a lovely bright colour. They are beautiful. The seam isn't in the bottom, which is great because of course you've not got any stress on a base seam. They're beautifully stitched. The quality, you can see you've got the crossover stitch there at the top. It is wonderful. You're going to get a set of 3 of those in there for £14.99. Really, really soft, wash well, and of course iron beautifully. So if you want to go for those, it's Shop Tote, and that is $14.99. We then have something which is going to look great with your rice papers, and I can't wait to show you the project I'm going to do with these. This is Shop Water. This is $19.99, and you're going to get 4 of your bottles. All, of course, I mean, with the chrome lid, with the strap on, these are absolutely beautiful. And then you've got all 4 of those to work with. They're a slimline bottle as well, so you can use your rice papers on these, your Dora metallic paint. You can go in there with your Harmony paints. You can varnish them. You can marble spray onto them. They look beautiful. Oh, looking at me. Amber's making me laugh. So, I'm going to read some comments before we go through some of our other items on our show. It's wonderful to have your company, everybody. Please do keep me company as well. I've got a few bits and bobs I've not quite covered yet, and we're going to go to them in a few moments' time. Hi, Gina, as well. Gina says, will the aprons be good for the sublimation prints? Absolutely they will do. You can use them with your sublimation process. Should I go that way? Is it that way? Honestly, we've got loads going on today. Let's have a look. Tracy, the heat transfer medium is out of stock. It is, but we've managed to get it in for the show for you. There is not a lot of it though, so please do be as quick as possible with that one. It's most likely going to sell out.
6 exactly.
There's 6 left, everybody. Okay, so there's literally only a handful. Terry says, good morning, David, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, Terry. Thank you for joining us today. Lots of you getting involved. It's great to see you and have your company with us today. And please keep your questions coming in. Karen says, have the colours been released or are they new? If you're referring to the metallics, they are a new set. I think Stephanie did have them on a show the other day, but she didn't really have much opportunity to do much demoing with them. So we wanted to put them on today and give them their debut of a full show. So yes, they are brand new colours. I most certainly have never had the opportunity to share them with you. But if you did join Stephanie for her show, I think it was last week, you may have seen a glimpse of them on there as well. Okay. But they're beautiful colours, as for the Harmony paints as well. I'm just going to quickly share with you, we do have the Crackle glaze on the show. Now this here is a one-step process. It's really quick and simple to work with. It's one of my favourite crackles that we have here from Cadence. It's shop glaze and it's £5.99, which is an incredible price for what is the most effective crackle that happens before your very eyes. Now what you do is you paint it onto any surface. It's designed for cardstock. It will go onto glassware. It will go onto metal. It will go onto plastic. It will go onto pot. It will go onto resin. You paint it on, let it dry. It takes about half an hour, 40 minutes to dry. And then you paint on any of your acrylic paints and all of the paint crackles, okay? So it's the paint that actually causes the crackle, okay? It like separates it all. I can't wait to show it you. It's so fun. Shop glaze for that one. Then, something that you might have never seen before. This is back in stock. We've not had this in stock, I think, for almost a year, okay? This is Shop Leaf, okay? Am I right just to confirm the price of this one? Sorry, with you, Amber, lovey. £7.99, really? Oh my gosh, I thought this was like over 20 quid. Okay, you need to get a hold of this because this is a solvent-based medium from Cadence. This here has your bottle here of your solvent adhesive, okay? So this here is like your shellac that's inside here, and then you've got your gold powder, okay? So inside here, look at that, it is amazing. Now you mix the two together in a small portion and you paint with it onto decorative embellishments such as glassware, ceramics. It's fully permanent and fully washable. Of course, it's a solvent-based medium, so you know you're working with what is essentially almost like a gold resin. It is amazing. I cannot believe it's £7.99. That's incredible. Wow. Okay, I cannot wait to show you this. It dries super, super quick as well, and it looks like everything has been dipped in like molten gold. It's amazing. Shop Leaf for that one there for you. I know I most certainly haven't shared that with you on a live shopping show here before, most certainly not this year anyway. So take advantage of that. It is a luxurious product, very opulent. We do, of course, have our cut and use foam on the show, which is Shop Foam. This one here for you is £5.99. You get an A4 sheet of this one. You cut it to any size, and it's a sponge applicator. So for those of you who haven't seen it before, you quite literally take your scissors or your guillotine to it. It's fully washable for use with water paints and oil-based paints. You can use it as a blending sponge, but you cut it to any size that you want. You've got a soft spongy size, which is of course is just sponge applicator, and you've got your density foam on the other side, which is designed as a handle. It gives you much more stability. You can also heat this up from the reverse and press things like dies, keys, buttons, anything with a texture, and it will create an impression, and you can make your own stamping pad out of it. It's brilliant. That is from Cadence, and it is your cut and use foam pad. It is one of the hero products, which many of us here absolutely love and is a favourite, and it is for you at home as well. Now I'm going to share some downloads with you in a few moments' time because we do have the rice paper on the show. This here it's a supreme quality paper. You get 20 A4 sheets in here. It's £12.99 for your Craftmaster printable rice paper. It prints on a laser and an inkjet printer. It works exquisitely. You get a super soft finish with this one. And it's just $12.99. It's shop rice. So for all of your rice paper designs, your own photographs, whether you're putting them on aprons, putting them on glass jars, putting them on bottles, it allows you to do all of that, okay? So that there for you is shop rice. I'm just going to very briefly share with you as well some of the downloads that we've got. We've got volumes 1 and volumes 2 on the show today. Now, volume 1 for you of your rice paper. I'll bring this one forward to you actually so you can see this. This is the first in the release of 50 rice papers. It's just £14.99. So shop 1 to get hold of this. You can see inside here a wonderful selection of rice paper designs brought to you here by Highlight Crafts. These are incredible. These launched a couple of weeks ago. They are exquisite. You've got Easter, Christmas, spring, summer, you've got winter, and you've got steampunk as well. So loads of different themes to explore and play with on this one. They're absolutely wonderful. I mean, there's something for everybody inside here. $14.99 though is all you're paying for a massive selection of images, which you can take into Minecraft Studio and alter yourselves. The next set for you, volume 2, you get an additional 50 papers. But I've blown this one up and I've put it on some big boards for you so you can see in detail. So I'll bring these over to you as I show you them. This one is shop 2, also $14.99. Look, oh dear, there we go. Created a little bit of a draft then. You've got all of these papers, 50 in there. They are just exquisite. Look at the colours. Now I've printed these onto my 140 GSM, but you could print them onto your rice paper, your photo paper, or use them with your sublimation printer. Imagine printing these off, putting them onto those mouse mats, those mugs, those towels, all of those different items onto wooden items with your sublimation printing. And you know what? On Saturday, I've got a sublimation printing show. I'm going to be using these on there too. So this just keeps on going. Look at these 50 designs. It is shop 2, so the word 2, T-W-O. Oh dear, I think I'm stuck to that one. There we are. And that is all of those. Oh, they're just glorious. Think about where you're going to be putting them. I mean, look at the scenery that's built into some of these. The colours are so vibrant, they're so vivid, but they allow you to explore loads of different things. Let's have a look here as well. This here for you is a beautiful, look at that frame. It's so striking against that green background. So to go for all of those, it is shop 2, £14.99. Just before we do head straight on over to our demo area, I just want to really quickly recap for you that heat transfer medium, because I'm going to demo this first because there's now less than 6 left. It's going really quick. This here for you is shop transfer. It's £9.99, which is a bonkers price for a medium that does so much.
There's 5 left.
There's 5 left. Thank you, Amber. You stencil, you stipple, you blend this onto a fabric surface, let it dry for about half an hour, then you put your foil over and iron it, and it will transfer all of that foil directly onto the fabric. It's fab. It's fully water-based. You're going to love it. People that already got this when it first launched have used it up and want more of it. So if you're joining us from this show, I know we didn't unfortunately get time to promote it fully. It's been a really quick week. But I saw a box of it in the warehouse yesterday that had come back from when we'd done some consumer shows that we hadn't put out on display. And I was like, oh my goodness, please can I have this on the show? So we've managed to get it for you. Shop transfer to get hold of that. We've also as well got those brand new glass paints from Cadence. The glass and ceramic, okay? And these are metallic collections. The top one here is Shop Fresh, a beautiful trio of colours, incredibly vibrant, zesty tones. You've got your light pink, your pistachio, and your turquoise in there. So all 3 of those come together, harmonising great for all of those springtime collections. And guess what? For a whole brand new set of paints today in the metallic tones, it's just £15.99. They're fab. You've still got a saving of just under £2 on there as well. Also, we do have for you Shop Mineral, another brand new set of your metallic paints from Cadence. I love it when we get to share new products with you. It's really exciting because we get to feature these not only in the Cadence Club, but in more products going forward. So we always bring the previous ones and mix them with the new, and you can see the journey. Should we have a look? Should we have a look at some stuff? Should we have a look at some stuff and do some demos? I think we should, because we've got loads. In fact, I'm going to bring that heat transfer medium right on over with me. Sorry, I'm flying about all over the place. And let's have a look, shall we? We've got all sorts going on in the comments as well. Lovely to see you all talking amongst yourself as well. It's really nice to see you all having fun, keeping up to date with each other. I'm going to pop some of my glass bits and bobs onto the side and clear the decks. But let me know as well, what have you been up to recently with Cadence? Have you done some projects that you've sold? Have you been doing stuff for your home? Have you been doing some big scale projects? Maybe you've made some stuff and you've been gifting it. I'd love to hear from you because it's always great to see the other side of all of this and see where it all ends up. Now, what I'm going to do is I've got my iron with me here. I'm going to pop this on, but I'm just going to make sure it's nice and safe and facing away from me, okay, and everybody else, okay. So I'm going to pop this on. There we are. So I'll pop my iron on, that's going to start to get nice and warm for us. I'm going to pop my iPad just here because I don't want to iron my iPad. That would be fun. And I'm going to pop this glass plate. Hey look, you can see some of those metallic paints I've painted onto that glass there. Is that not just gorgeous? That there is from that wonderful fresh set. Now what I'm going to do is I've got some fabrics here. So I'm going to show you the consistency of this heat transfer medium and how you can paint with it as well as of course stenciling with it. So with your heat transfer, I always use a palette knife, but you can use a brush. It depends on what effect you want to create, really. So take the lid off. You can keep your cardboard tab as well. That'll just keep any moisture locked in. Remember, this here is shop transfer at $9.99. I'm going to go in with, let's have a look. I'm going to grab a palette knife. I'm going to pick a different one. Which one do I want to use today? Not the first two that I pulled out. There we go, that's the one. So I'm going to use my palette knife, and what I'm going to do is spread some out onto my... Look at me leaving all this on the back of my knife. This isn't very good, is it? Silly me. There we go. So, go into your heat transfer medium and watch this. It palettes out so smoothly. It spreads like butter, okay? So you can see that there is now out on the fabric. Now what you then do is let this dry, okay? So you let it dry. You can speed it with a hairdryer, okay? And what will happen is when it's dry, it will be completely transparent, okay? And it will look really glossy. So once it's dry, super transparent, and of course super, super glossy. I've got one under here, which I've already done. I'm just gonna find mine. Where have I popped mine? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I've not left it with me in there, have I? Bear with me, everybody. I've got a few bits and bobs on my desk. I don't know where I've put my black apron. How have I put that? I've got a black apron. It's just behind me. It's behind you. Oh no, it isn't. Does anybody else do that? I literally start crafting and everything's everywhere. Thank you, Becky. Absolute lifesaver there. The one, you mean the one behind you? Yeah, the one behind me, Becky. That's it. So it's a good job someone's on the ball. Right. Now what I'm going to do... It's all allocated, right? Okay, well, I'll quickly show you what it does, shall I? Because you need to see this. What happens is when it's dry, it looks like this, okay? It's all glossy, it's fully transparent, and it's ever so slightly tacky as well. So I'm going to use one of my coloured foils. We've got the foils on the show as well. So these are the brand new sets of foils. You've got your Glow and your Intense. They are incredible, believe me. And... what I'm going to do, lost my scissors. Being back a day, what's happening? This is terrible behaviour. And then I'm going to grab, hey, I've got my tissues to hand though, look at that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight over the top now with our iron. Now my iron is onto the heat my fabric will take, so I've got it on a cotton setting. And then what you want to do is go over here periodically. Now I've covered the top of the foil with a piece of kitchen towel. That's because I don't want my iron to be touching the foil directly. I don't want direct contact with that. Now this is a heat transferring foil, so you can see on first application here, I've got a little bit there where I can start to see it working. But look at this, you can see how it's starting to transfer. Let's go back in and keep working with it. I'm not going to do the whole apron because it has just sold out, everybody. So if you have gone for it, congratulations. But I'm going to really quickly just do this one for you because it's so fun. Any remnants or excess foil that you get transferring in areas where there's no adhesive, that dusts off with a stencil brush, or just give it a good dust and it'll all come away. Because look. It's honestly gorgeous. Look at that wonderful foiling that you get. So you can see I've not gone over the whole area with this one. I just wanted to do it really quick for you, but you can see just in areas how beautiful this is. Now on that t-shirt, I had to go with it with a brush because I thought, what happens if I just do it really lightly, okay, and don't do it a full coat coverage? And I really liked the result because look at this. It meant I got this wonderful, almost distressed effect, and it's also stretchy as well. You can still move the foil on there. So definitely, if you've got a hold of your heat transfer medium, make sure to get those foils in your basket. I'm actually going to turn my iron off now because that's probably a good idea. Thank you ever so much, Becky. The iron is off, just so everybody knows, and I've told myself. You won't believe the amount of times I have to go back into the house to check the iron's off and it's still in the cupboard. It's not even been on. Right, okay, so let's have a look at some of our Crackle medium, shall we? I'm going to use this with those brand new Harmony paints. Now I'm going to pop these few bits to one side because that Crackle glaze comes in a 70ml bottle, and of course we're going to use it alongside our Harmony paints. Now those Harmony paints here come in a box set of 10. They're shot bright, $39.99. They're beautiful, and we can use any colour for this. So let's say our fuchsia, we want to play with the fuchsia tone. Take that one out. And when you're working with these paints, it's such a therapeutic experience. I'll show you how to apply both parts of this process and show you how easy it actually is, because when I was introduced to the crafting world, or should I say the industry, because as a crafter, I've crafted all my life, but actually being on the other side of it was something that only came to me a few years ago. And Crackle was something I'd always seen. I'd had a go with it a few times, taken some advice, had some tips, and I was never actually really that happy with the results. I thought, oh, it looks okay, but maybe it's not going to be the focal point of my project, and that was always quite frustrating. And obviously when I was introduced to Cadence and I saw the Crackle mediums, I thought, oh, okay, what are we in for here? I'd like to, and I was blown away. I honestly was. It is amazing. The Crackle that they produce is just fabulous. And we had a Crackle show not long ago where we featured different processes. Now, some of those are great if you're a little bit more experienced with your curing times and, of course, application techniques. Whereas with this, I would say it's the perfect beginner's Crackle, okay? But also, if you've been crafting all your life and you've worked with paints, it's still for you. I still use it all the time. But it's a great one to start with. So, little tip for you there. I'm going to get some brushes. Let's pick some of my favourite brushes, so shall we? I had a wonderful set on not long ago, and it's got some lovely flat brushes in it. So I'm going to use some of those. Let's have a look. Got some of these here. And I'm also going to dry out this one that's in my water pot. I'm going to take the paint out of there. Let's have a look, see any comments we've got coming through as well. Lynn says that heat transfer medium looks amazing. Will you be getting it back in? Yes, we will. That is a promise. We will be getting it back in. I just really wanted today to be able to give you something that you might have been waiting for a while. So I do hope if any of you have been waiting, you've managed to get it. And you maybe have told your friends, but it has gone now, I'm afraid. But we will be getting it in very soon. There was just a little portion. I'm probably going to be in trouble for doing that, but I wanted you all to have a little treat. So what we're going to do is go in with our Crackle medium, okay? And give it a good shake before you use it, okay? So shake the bottle, and it's very fluid-like in consistency. So I'm going to pop some onto some card I've got here, just as an example. So you pop it out onto the surface, and you can see how runny it is, okay? It's very fluid-like, so when you're working with it, just keep it in a controlled area. So what I mean by that is, if you've got it on a bottle, don't have the bottle upright, because it's naturally going to want to go flat. Hold it sideways, make it easier for yourself. So we're going to get our brush, and when you apply a Crackle glaze, always hold your brush and keep it in the same direction, okay? So you can see how I'm keeping the brush horizontal and brushing the Crackle medium on in the same way. Now, even distribution of this medium is recommended. If you don't want any heavy pooling in one area opposed to the other, let it dry. Now, because I've put that, of course, on cardstock, it'll dry a bit quicker than it would do on maybe ceramics. That'll probably dry in about 25 minutes at room temperature. On something that's non-porous like glassware, you're probably going to find it's about 35 to 40 minutes, so just a little bit longer. You can use a cool hairdryer to speed that up. I wouldn't add any directional intense heat to it because you can almost dry it too fast. And when you dry some products too fast, it can change the effect that you would want to achieve from them. So what I'm going to do is, let's use a little bit of this because I need a bit of palette. There we go, I've got a bit of scrap card there. And I'm going to pop some paint out onto my mat. And I'm using those Harmonies for this, and they are glorious. I mean, the paint is really creamy, it's thick. It goes great for your pouring paints. If you've got the pouring effect medium, these paints are brilliant for that as well. They travel beautifully. And they are a brand new Harmony range from Cadence. So again, if you're going for your glaze today, it's just $5.99 shop glaze. It is brilliant. You definitely want to get some acrylics in your basket too. And you're getting 10 in total. They're a 59ml bottle as well for anyone that's wondering of the size. So I'm going to pop some of that fuchsia out, and you can see with that Crackle glaze, where it's wet here, okay, it would leave a mark. If I stuck my finger in it, of course, it's going to leave a mark where I've put it. But the rest of it here that's dry, it's dried like a gloss, okay, it's really shiny. So what we can then do is go in with our paint on top of here. Now there's a few techniques and things I would advise to do while working with this. I wouldn't recommend doing a brush stroke with your paint and going back. You always want to do singular strokes, okay? The second you've laid down that paint and allowed it to start to travel, you don't want to go back over it because you'll start to push it around, because automatically it creates loads of like little islands, okay? So let's pick up some paint. Now this is a really interesting part. You want to load up that brush. I'm actually going to put a little spritz of water on top of my paint. That just loosens it ever so slightly. Because I mentioned it's a lovely thick paint, adding that little spritz of water just ever so slightly loosens that paint and gives us a bit of a glide. And what I mean by that is the brush will spread smoothly on the surface. Okay, so there's no drag. So go straight across, and that bit I've missed there, we can just go in with that. Now what will happen is it will very quickly start to crackle. You can see there straight away we're getting that crackle effect, and it's instant, okay? This is the beauty of this product, is that we are now working with, of course, our Crackle glaze itself and with our Harmony paints. So the two of these together are the perfect match. This paint, honestly, when you work with it over Crackle glazes, it is instant. So I'm going to go straight in with some more of my paint just to show you that again and show you how quick this is. Straight on the top there. Let's do another line as well. So straight up to the next one. So any areas that you missed, just infill those little sections, but you just don't want to spread it too much. And look at that. It starts to crackle straight away for us. You don't need to dry it. You don't need to add heat to make it work. It does it itself. That's the beauty of this product. So again, going right up to the edge there, and look at that. It's just so satisfying to watch. And also notice how the first one I did, opposed to the one we've just done, the crackles are more defined. Now, if you want your crackles to be slightly bigger and have bigger separation areas, do 2 coats of Crackle glaze. Let the first one dry and go back over with a second coat, and that there will give you a more defined crackle. So it almost looks like that desert island footing, like the ground when you know it's all dry and all the ground starts to split and separate because it's so dehydrated. It looks like that. So let's do it on some different surfaces. So with that Crackle medium, I've got those wonderful glass jars, okay? The glass jars are on the show, they're shop jar for these. And they of course come with the cork lids, and I thought, how nice would it be to add a bit of that detailing to the top of the cork. Now, I've taken one of the lids just here, and I've already painted it with the black paint that comes alongside your fabulous kit. So I took the black from the kit, and I've used the black just to paint. Now you can see the sides there, how lovely and matte this paint is. It's completely matte, almost like the surface of unglazed pottery. And then what I've done is I've gone over the top with that Crackle, and look of course how glossy the top is. We now know that that is now dry, okay? It's nice and dry and ready for paint application. So let's use a different paint. I'm going to wash this brush out because we don't need that fuchsia on there anymore, okay? So let's rinse this through, and remember everybody, it is shop glaze. If you've maybe gone for your new paints today, or maybe it's your heat transfer medium and you wanted to build up your basket to take advantage of that free postage during this show of £35 or more, just type in shop glaze. $5.99 is going to land you with this product. You're going to absolutely love it, I promise you that. Really exciting. So I've got my palette paper just here. And what colour should we use? Let's have a look. There's some beautiful ones in there. I think I might use that mint green. So what we're going to do is go into our mint green, and once we've pasted this onto here, we're going to let it dry, and we're going to look. I'm going to show you something else because honestly, there's so much to explore in this show. So let's take some of our mint green out. I'm going to pop it directly onto my palette there, and we're going to pick up our paint. Again, I'm going to give it a little spritz with some water. It just loosens it a little bit, okay? You don't worry, you're not going to take down the intensity of the colour, but look at that shade. Is that not just absolutely dreamy? Perfect for summer. And then I'm going to start from one side and work my way across like this, okay? Straight over that top area, just like this, okay? Infill in any areas I missed. We're just not going back over the pre-painted areas. There we are, look at that. Any excess, just take a little bit of that off. Straight around here. There we go. and let it do its thing, okay? I'm just touching up any of those edges. Now, we're going to start to allow that to crackle. Look how the first stripe I did is already crackled, and the other one is now catching it up as it works. So I'm going to pop this to one side so I don't put my hand on it, because I know I will. Pop that here. I'm going to let my brush wash out. My paint can go back inside the bottle, but I'll do that at the end of my show so I can get on with and show you something else. I'm going to save that green. I'm just going to pop it. I think I've just found a shelf. I hope I have. Hope that was no one's phone. Okay, so I'm going to pop this now, tidy up my little box. I want to show you the liquid leaf. Okay, this stuff is bonkers. You're going to love it. So, let me find mine. It's just inside here. It comes to you in a wonderful little box with a window in the front, so you get to keep it all together. This is like your gilding opulence kit. I'm working onto my glass mat, but I'm also going to just be precaution, take a bit of caution, and put some kitchen towel down, okay? You could use your mylar sheet, your messy mat, but just be aware that whatever this product goes to, it's permanent, okay? It's never going to come off. It's designed to stay there, and it dries super quick. So with that being said, I'm going to get a little palette to mix it, okay? Now we want to use a nice fine brush for this one. And when you're using your brushes with this medium, you want to clean your brushes with some white spirit, like some terps, okay? So like what you would use to take oil paints off, because that's exactly what this is. If you weren't going to clean your brush, don't worry, you can reactivate it with the shellac gel, the resin that's inside here. So let's take a nice fine brush. Let's have a look, I've got loads in here. My goodness, it's getting a bit silly actually. Right, so let's see, shall we? Take these off. Now when you're working with it, you're going to get your gold dust, and you're also going to get your resin, okay? So you've got your resin and your gold dust. Now bear in mind, this is £7.99. It's bonkers. We've had a question as well from Lynn, just before I do go into this as well, which is great. Lynn says, does the glaze work with hybrid acrylics? Yes, it does. It will still separate hybrid acrylics. Don't worry, you can use those if you've got those in your stash. It won't separate metallics though. Metallics have a different compound in them, which strengthens the mica to run through the acrylic evenly, and that will mean that they don't split or separate. But you can cheat that by putting the base coat of your product. So for example, as I painted these black, you could paint those metallic, and then of course you put your crackle on and then a colour, and all of the colour that is the crackle in between will be the metallic showing through. So there's ways in which you can manipulate the paint if you like. I hope that answers that for you. I'm going to go on with just a little embellishment to start with. So let's grab something that I've painted. This is one of my resin casts that I've done, just from my creative resin cast. And the way that you mix this up is super simple. Don't worry if you get any powder in here, it's not the end of the world, it's fine. Whilst you're crafting though, just put the lids back on, okay, especially on your resin one, because with solvent-based mediums, they do evaporate, so you want to keep it contained. So firstly, we're going to go into our powder. Look at how floaty it is, okay? No fans or hair dryers used during this process, guys. So what we're going to do is put some of the powder out onto our palette here. You could use a little bit of mylar sheet or some of your palette paper. Okay, so we've got that nicely just out onto here. Now you want pretty much almost equal quantities until you get the consistency, which is almost like, I'm going to say water, okay? Because now we go into our resin. So just dust off that brush. Okay, we're just dusting that off, and you'll be able to smell it ever so slightly. It is a resin, okay? So dip into here and start to put this, and it will start to mix, okay? So we bring it up. You can use a pipette, but I never do. I just go straight in because, of course, it keeps it separate anyway. And we start to mix these together, and it will create liquid gold. So it's a wonderful antique gold colour that you get. A little bit more of our liquid there. Start to blend together, mixing all of that powder in with this, okay? Now this is like a proper professional gilding medium. As soon as we've done that, we want to then just put the cap back on our resin, make sure it's nice and tight, and the cap, of course, back on as well with our powder, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to go straight into our project. Now, what I've got here is that brush loaded up with that fabulous medium. Now watch how this applies. It's like a dream. It's instant coverage as well. Look at that. It leaves you with no brush strokes at all. You get a full gilded finish. I'm not going to do an antique effect. I want to give this a full cover. Okay, I want the whole thing to look like it's made from gold. And I'm going straight back in. It goes right into all of the indentations. You can, of course, do authentic, very vintage looks, but I want this to look like it is proper, fresh, solid gold. And look at the beauty of this. I mean, it is astounding. My word. I'm going to do about halfway up so you can see the difference. Let's do half of this flower here as well. And you'll see how quickly it also dries. It goes off incredibly fast. There we are, all the way around here, like this. There we go. And then just go right round. I'm using my brush in almost like a wishy-washy motion, just to get into all of the little indentations that we've got there. Now look at that. That is beautiful. It's incredible. Look at that. It's like it's been dipped in gold. It dries super quick. Where I've gone is already touch dry, just like that. So with this, it's fully waterproof. It's hand washable. It's dishwasher safe. It's water resistant. It's moisture repellent. And of course, you can go straight onto the top of crockery. Maybe you've got some lovely old Wedgwood plates, or you've got some spode pottery, and you want to add some detailed accents onto the blue backgrounds. You can do that too with this. It is fabulous. You can reactivate your brush with, of course, the resin. It's shop leaf for that one. We're going to come back to it in a few moments' time. I'm just going to recap some of the items for you, if that's okay. Amber, I'm ever so sorry. I'm having a little bit of a hot flush. Could we have the fan on a little bit? I don't know what's going on. How do you want to pass me the remote? I could do it if you want, don't mind. Everybody, you're getting to see here how to operate the fan. How do you operate it? Let's have a look. We'll only have it on for a minute. There we go. That might do something. We'll turn it off in a minute. Don't want anyone getting cold. Just got a bit hot, that's all. I wore a jumper yesterday, honestly. Oh, fine. Don't know what's happening today. Anyway, so let's have a look. That heat transfer medium has gone. That has sold out, okay? I'm sorry if you missed out on that one. Don't worry, we will be getting it back for you. But we do have those brand new metallic paints. My next demo is going to be featuring your metallic paints with the Crackle, with the rice paper. We're going to use it all together and do a wonderful glass plate that features all of that. So stay with us. We've got lots coming up for you. As well, our code for the spin the wheel is Cadence. So make sure, if you've not done already, type the word Cadence into the comments. I know, we're an hour in. Oh my goodness. Make sure to type the word Cadence into the comments, and we'll be spinning the wheel, and one of you lucky winners will be, of course, getting a prize, which will be found through the wheel. Okay, so we have got for you those metallic paints, shop fresh if you want to go for those. $15.99 brand new colours for you. Absolutely gorgeous with your pistachio, your turquoise, and that wonderful baby pink. It is stunning. That there for you, shop fresh, $15.99. We have then also got Shop Mineral. That is also $15.99 for those set of 3 gorgeous colours from your purple, your dark blue and dark pink. I mean, look at those together. Are they not just absolutely dreamy? Those are brilliant. And again, you've got a saving of $1.98 on there as well. Some items that we didn't actually cover that you may want to get in your basket, especially if you popped in that heat transfer medium, was the foils I was using. Okay, we do have for you the Shop Intense. This one here for you is $19.99. On each one of these, you get about 1.3 meters of foil. You get 6 rolls in total. And that there for you is a wonderful selection of your emerald, from that cyclamen silver, the sky blue, that wonderful deep red, and the black. We then have for you Shop Glow, which I think is my favourite set actually. This one's got your rainbow in there and your iridescence one, like your interference colour, as well as your fuchsia, your 2 shades of gold, and of course that copper or rose gold if you like. $19.99 for those 2. Of course, it works with your heat transfer medium. Also, what works with it is your Craft Master foils. If you've got those, it will work with them too. But with, of course, those 2 packs of foils, your heat transfer medium works alongside them, which is brilliant. I'm so glad it does. And it gives you a really stunning finish. So as well, we do have that Magic Bond and Seal kit on here as well. We'd not covered this previously. This is Shop Magic. It's £14.99 to go for this one. It's a 5-piece kit. It's got your dishwasher safe, your fabric glue, your matte. It's also got your gloss and your antiquing glue. All 5 selections, all 5 finishes and applications included within this kit for you. And it's just $14.99, which is brilliant. So it kind of encapsulates all essence of the show in one bundle for you. Okay, so we do actually have some cleaning and prep mediums on the show. Now, the prep of a project is a key point, okay? It's something that can't be missed, okay? This is Shop Sugar, okay? And this here for you is your sugar soap. Now, you're going to get inside here a litre in total of your sugar soap. This can be used for interiors decorating, whether you're upcycling wooden furniture, going directly onto your walls as well. It removes any dust, any grease, any grime, anything, of course, that would stop a paint adhering properly. Now, you can use it on glassware too. Give it a good wash first. use your sugar soap. It works a little bit like an abrasive, but it doesn't tarnish or harm the surface, but it washes everything back and gets it to its original state. So it will remove any build-up. So if you've gone to a car boot or an antique or a charity shop and you've bought a bit of furniture or a little cabinet that's maybe got a few years of build-up on there, of dust or grime or something that's really sort of affected it and you want to get it off, sugar soap is a great way to do it, and it's not harmful. It's shop sugar, it's £8.99 and you're saving 99p on that as well, so that's great for the pair of those. They're going to last you a very long time. What you can do is put some of it, decant it into a spritz bottle, and it's great for your smaller projects, so I'd use it for that. Again, if you've not already done so, go for that glaze. Shop glaze at £5.99. You saw how effective and how easy this was to work with. I love it so much. In fact, that little lid that we worked on together earlier, you can see now is pretty much almost dried. And we've got that wonderful crackle finish on there as well. So effective. It's almost like a fail-safe, this glaze. You can't go wrong with it. It's brilliant. I love it to bits. It works so well. And when I started working with it, it was that instant reassurance and just thankfulness of having a medium that did exactly what you wanted it to do. Of course, as well, what we just demoed there very briefly for you was that gold leaf, okay? Shop leaf for £7.99. Impeccable price on that, honestly can't believe it. You're going to get your pot of resin and you're also going to get a pot of your gold powder as well. Goes an incredibly long way here for you.
65% of that's allocated.
Oh my goodness guys, 65% of that is now in allocation. You are shopping ahead for the gold leaf. I'm so glad we've got it on the show. Think about jewellery. So if you're going to go into your jewellery on there, it will go onto, of course, all of your metal embellishments. It will go into wooden embellishments. It will go into resin. It will go into plaster, go into plastic, go into card, go into paper. You can use it on fabric, but it would look better on something like a leather because, of course, if you go into something like a calico, it may slightly soak in, but it is beautiful. Even if you want to go over the top of rice paper, we'll do some more of it on glassware as well later on. But again, the most opulent detailing effect is with your gold leaf. Now, of course, it does come from Cadence. You get your 2-part of this one, and it's a liquid leaf, okay? So it's like you're painting with a gilding medium. The fact that it's been so busy shows me how much you are wanting to go onto that Cadence journey. So please become part of the club as well, and you'll get to know even more about it. What do you want to do, Amber? Should we have a little look at some more stuff?
Yes, look at them paints on the end.
Paints on the end. Let's have a look at the paints on the end. Oh yes, our fabulous metallics, already really, really popular, is Shop Fresh, okay? In the lead, of course, with this one. We're going to be demoing with these into our next hour now. We've got that wonderful pistachio turquoise and that light pink for you. Wonderful trio of colours there that really does showcase so exquisitely on your ceramics and all of your glassware. It's fully washable in the dishwasher, fully weatherproof, and works well for all surfaces, whether it's food safe or whether it's decorative. These are for you. There is also the mineral set as well, which is your other set of 3 there for you. Shop mineral at £15.99. You've got a saving of £1.98 on there. You've got your purple, dark blue, and of course your dark pink. Do excuse me. Oh, who was that? I don't know who. I don't know what. I don't even think I could do that voice again if I tried. I think that was just a glitch on the old microphone. Don't know who that was that just crept out there. That's weekend, David. Right, okay, so, don't know what that means. Okay, so we're going to have a look and do some more demoing, shall we? Please keep me company in the comments. And again, make sure to type Cadence in, okay? Because we're going to spin the wheel at the end. And also those downloads are a great shout. Amanda's in shock.
What was that? Was that a bit of German that came out there?
What? Did I speak German?
You did.
Oh my gosh, I'm fluent. I'm not fluent. I don't think I'm fluent in English. That would be a good start, wouldn't it? So we did a little bit of our gilding with our leaf earlier, which was so popular. Now that brush look, it's still active. I can still use it. But we're going to come back to it in a few moments' time. I'm going to show you some other stuff, okay? So I'm going to pop this little sort of prepped area to one side. And we're going to grab some other bits and bobs now. So I'm going to get some of my metallics. Okay, let's have a look. Look at honestly, these are gorgeous. These metallic paints. If you went for the first set when we very first launched them, please don't miss out on this new selection. They are exquisite. The colours are just fab. Amanda's looking at them going, hey, I've not seen these. No, you won't have because they're new. They're new. I know, right? So I'm going to get my brand new clean paint palette out.
Piece of art, that.
It is a piece of art. I've
Put it in
been
a frame.
putting it in. I will put it in plenty of. Honestly, imagine this on the wall, just with a sentiment on the front. Don't you think that'd look really cool?
Oh.
Everybody getting involved in the comments as well. Charlene says, do I need aquastone on a ceramic plate painted with the ceramic glass paints, or will the curing oven make it be hand washable? Absolutely, Charlene, you don't need to put any additional adhesive or sealer over the top of there. It is cured. So once you've popped it in the oven and cured it, just make sure the glassware that you're working with is fine to put in the oven. Most are. And then, of course, you don't need to seal it. It's cured. Oh, yes. Hello. Oh, yeah. Lovely. We've got a question from Davina as well. Good morning, Davina. Sorry, I have another question. Never apologise. With the rice papers, go onto fabric. Do I use heat transfer paper or the decoupage glue? That's a great question. You use the decoupage glue. We do have it on the show. It's shop glue. It's £8.99. That there is, of course, your decoupage adhesive for fabric. We've still got a good 50 minutes left of our show, so I'll most definitely squeeze in a demo showing you the rice paper application onto fabric, okay? All right. Amanda's spying other things as well. Are you having a look at the paints? What are you looking at? What are you looking at?
What's the bottle?
The bottles. There's shop love. Those ones, 6 bottles. So Amanda's taken one of those. Amanda's got one of them. Amanda doesn't come in here to film, she comes in here to shop. So what I'm going to do is I've got my plate here. She's adding a shopping basket. This is what happens when one of us creatives ends up doing camera stuff, is we're on the wrong side of it. So I'm going to pop here just a masked area down this glass dish. Of course, these dishes are on the show. You can get hold of these today. $9.99 shop dish for the pair of those. And I've just masked off a stripe because I'm going to infill just this little area. And I'm going to use this wonderful dark blue. I mean, look at that colour. The even distribution of mica throughout here makes it so pearlescent. Shall I take the lid off? Go on then, I'll show you. Do you want to have a look? Are you sure? Right, okay, I'm going to show you what it looks like on the tip of a brush. Look at that. Now, your glass paints have a different consistency. Can you see how it's peaked there on the tip of that brush? Okay, that paint is holding its own form right now. This paint is much thicker than your standard metallics, and the reason for that is the compound that is built within this medium, of course, is heat sensitive, so it will cure upon the heat of an oven, which makes it a much different consistency. It's still water-based, it's completely non-toxic and friendly for all of the family to use, and of course it is food safe too, but it has a different consistency to it, which makes it all that much better and makes it different. So we're going to pop some out here onto my mat. Okay, I'm not going to use a great deal, only a little blob. And then what I'm going to do is go into my cut and use box. I've got a box full of my cut and use. Let's have a look. Look at this, everybody. You need to do one of these. If you've got that cut and use foam at home, you absolutely need to make a box like this. Look at that. It's like my treasure trove filled with all of my cut and use bits and bobs. Some I've had for years, some are newer than others. Some bits are offcuts from other projects. But build a box full of them, and it just means that you can go, oh, that's the one I want. There we go. Just like that. So what I'm going to do, sorry?
I know where to go.
Oh, Amber knows where to go now when she needs a piece. In fact, actually, I keep it at home. I'm going to go straight in onto the back of this plate. Now, I'm going to stipple with this. It's there. Amanda's just pointing out where the paint actually is on the desk because it's a little bit... there's a few colours going on there, should we just say that? So, pick up the paint, and I'm starting to stipple with it. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm actually priming the sponge, okay? If I went straight onto here, I'd just get blobs. You want to pick up the paint and just prime the sponge, and what we're doing there is just allowing a full, even amount of paint to not just soak into the sponge, but to sit on the surface. You can see it's not reached this sort of stubby end of the sponge. We don't want it to do that, and it won't do it anyway. But then I'm going to start working on, I'm going to go from one end, like this, all the way down and travel to the other side. Now look at that, I've got full coat coverage with this paint just by a single application. So gently pouncing with that sponge all the way over here like that, and then let's continue to work down. Now if you were to go in with a brush with this, that's absolutely fine. You'll just get an ever so slightly different texture with it. with a sponged finish like this. I much prefer it. I find that, of course, with that texture, it's better with the plate when it's flipped around. Of course, it gives it a bit of friction on the table, so it's not as glidey or slidey. And it just gives you a really nice overall finish. I much prefer the sponged effect, and I tend to get better results with it that way too. So if I just show you, of course, on here, look at that. You've got a wonderful, it's almost like an airbrushed finish with this. It is so beautiful. So let's just take off this tape, okay, and pop that down here. And you want to peel your tape off while it's wet. Never peel it off when it's dry, okay, and there's a few reasons as to why. This particular paint and many others from Cadence will have this characteristic with them, and it's all part of the beauty of the compounds within there. I mean, look at that, it's so crisp and sharp in terms of colour. Sorry, I'll bring it back in for you. Okay, the reason why I said to take that tape off while it's wet is if you were to keep that tape against it, okay, like this, and it's right up against the edge of that paint, and the paint's gone over onto the tape and it's dried, you've essentially created a bit of a lip there, and all of that paint will dry in one layer. Now you have a risk of peeling that off before it's cured, because of course you're not going to put it in the oven with the tape on. Of course you're not. But you're going to take the tape off first. So make sure it's removed. It's like if you were to stencil, so as you stencil, you take the stencil away. That there is the same process to follow. It's probably a tip that everybody knows. Yeah, you can stencil with it too. Amanda's asking, can we stencil? 100% you can stencil. Because, of course, it's a thicker paint, I actually prefer stenciling with it because, of course, it has almost minimal to no bleed underneath because it doesn't really have that sort of natural interest to want to travel further. It wants to just sit where it's placed. It's quite content with where you've placed it and it will dry where you ask it to. So I love that about it. I'm going to pop this one now to one side because what I've done is I've got one here where I've done a little bit more processes, a few more processes have been completed on this one, should I say. So what I've got here is my two stripes that run through, and I've also masked off another area, and we did a process that we covered in the first hour with our Crackle glaze, okay? So our Crackle glaze has gone onto the back of our glass plate. Now, if you're a member of the Cadence Club, you'll know that I put a bit of aquastone on the glass first, and then painted my glaze over the top. That just meant, of course, my glaze stuck to the glass really nicely, okay? So follow that process, of course, if you're part of the club and if you want to get those results. So I've painted over here with my glaze. I'm just going to remask these areas because we're then going to go in with some paint. So I'm just making sure I can see where I've put my glaze. And this is all part of the fun. I wanted to create a project that builds up quite a few layers for you, okay? So we've got our wonderful glaze there, and do you know what? I didn't even bring Amanda. This is the first time I've never had a pair of scissors. Can you believe it? What am I doing? Oh yeah, they'll work. So Amber's got some. I'm just going to trim these off so I'm not sticking all over the show, quite literally. So thank you, Amber. There we are. I'm just going to trim my bits off. There we go. Ouch. And then I'm just going to put these just so they're overhanging the edge. There we go. Sorted. Good to go. Now we're going to pick a colour from our Harmony set because this crackles beautifully, this paint. And I'm thinking as I'm looking at this, I mean, I might just use white. And the reason why I might use white is because then I can paint a beautiful colour on the back of it and that all comes through the crackles. Okay? So it's going to complement our rice paper really nicely. So we're going to pop some of our white paint down onto our mat. That's dry. So I'm going to go in here with my white paint and we're going to pick up a brush to use. Okay? So nice, soft, flat brush. Let's have a little root around and see if there's any more brushes we'd prefer to use. I think I've got my favourite ones. Do bear with me. I love having a good rummage. I've got. Well, this is the thing, isn't it? It's like a Rolodex of brushes. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put a bit of tape right up to the edge of the plate there, which is going to help us a little bit in terms of direction. And we're going to paint directly onto here. I'm so excited to do this. I love it so much. You've got to try this at home. So I'm going to load up my brush with that white Harmony paint, okay? Make sure it's fully loaded. Really push your brush in there. You want to get all the bristles loaded. You don't want it to dry out through the process. You might be thinking, oh my goodness, like, that's a lot of paint. Trust me, you want to load it up nicely. I'm going to start on this side and go straight over the back of the plate. And because we put that crackle down, you can see already it's starting to crackle on the back of our glassware, okay? And then what I'm gonna do, in fact, I might use a slightly smaller brush for my other areas, because I went in a bit heavy-handed there, which is fine. I got a bit excited, but then I'm just gonna go over the back of my plate here and on the back of my metallic as well, just like that. Infill those little areas that I missed, that's fine, they'll still crackle for us. And look at that, it's all starting to crackle now. Again, on here, and continue down, add a few more little bits in there. And this is where you can just have fun with the process. Now, once you've done that initial paint stroke, don't continue to go back over it, let it do its thing now, okay? Let's now do this area as well. I'm actually gonna put a very gentle tack of tape just on there like that. I'm not gonna really push it down onto that paint because I've not cured this paint. There we go, and I'm gonna pick this up. There we go. So if you were doing this project at home, what I would do is when you've done the blue, cure that first in the oven so you know that paint is cured, and then go on with the rest of these processes. Okay, so let's go down, meet in the middle, there we go, and down, there we are, and meet that one in the middle as well. Just look at this, how it's starting to crackle so quickly and so easily. Let's take our tape away, yeah, just like that. And then I'm going to take any of these excess bits here away as well. And as that paint is crackling, it's creating a stunning effect for us on the opposite side. What happens is your crackle glaze ever so slightly reactivates, so it goes a little bit hazy through the glass and then it goes clear again. So as you can see through here, we're starting to get all of that crackle showing through the glass. How exciting is that? It's amazing. So any areas, I've noticed I've missed this little corner there, just in that little edge, I've missed it. So let's go back round and just go and infill that little section, just like that. Any other areas I've missed? Oh, a little bit, oh, a bit down there. There we go. It's quick and easy as that. It's fab. So we're going to dry this now, okay? So let's put our brushes in our water. Remember, if you've not already done so, it's shop glaze to get hold of that crackle glaze. It is just £5.99, okay? Let's go have a look. We're going to go straight in now with our heat gun to dry this paint. Because it's already crackled, it's done its job, we can get it heat set and dry. And it dries really, really quickly as well, which is great. Lots of you coming through here. Let's have a look. Oh, Joanne said, how do you use your points? I'm assuming when you've checked in and you've logged out, you have the option, if you've built up some points, that you can allocate them against that purchase. I hope that clarifies that for you, Joanne. Ooh. Loads of you getting involved as well. So you can see I'm just drying this off, okay. Making sure it's nice and dry before we go with any other steps. Making sure that's cured for us. I've absolutely loved this show. We've explored so much during the hour. It's been fab. And we're going to go in with some rice paper next. So, whilst that's still doing its thing, it's just gently drying off. From our downloads that we have on the show, I've printed off some rice paper. And in fact, before we go on with the plate, let's do our drinks bottle, shall we? Because you can see that come to life. Now, I'm balancing stuff everywhere. I feel like I feel like I need like a cat sat here, like with its hand in a goldfish bowl. It's like chaotic at the minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my rice paper. And these 4 drinks bottles are on the show. It's shop water. You get 4 of your bottles with the loop at the top and, of course, your chrome cap as well. They are brilliant. Shop water for those $19.99. And what I've done is I've painted one white. Okay, so I've painted it white with my white paint. And then I'm going to go in with the rice paper. Now, this here, of course, you'll find your rice papers on your downloads. We've got them both on the show. We've got shop 1 and shop 2. Both of your rice paper downloads, they are brilliant. Just behind me here, you can see a glimpse of volume 2. Of course, you can select either one of those or both of them because they're just $14.99 each. They're great. So I'm looking at this thinking I don't need it to be that long because, of course, my bottle isn't as long as the paper. So I've got more paper left over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a scalpel, okay, and I'm going to take a piece of card because I've left my ruler in there as well. Honestly, Amanda, I'd have forgot my head if I actually didn't have it screwed on today. What's happening? So I'm going to put this just there and we're going to crop that down, okay? So I'm just going to use my scalpel to cut my rice paper. It cuts beautifully with a whole host of substrates, but it cuts nicely with one of these. And then what I'm also going to do is check the actual width of it. So I want to see how much wraparound. I don't need to double up on my paper. I don't want to waste it. So what I'm going to do now is wrap this around and I can see, as I get to there, look, I want to cut off just as we start to overlap. So make a little tear. So I've made a little pointer of where I'm going to tear it. and just cut the remainder of that away. So I have a little strip that I could then use on the cap around the top, which would be really nice. So let's trim this one here off too. There we go, like that. And then that little border that I've got there, I'm going to remove that as well because we just don't need that. That was from my printer, just of course framing the rice paper. And I have printed this onto our Craftmaster Pure Print printable rice paper. You get 20 sheets in there. It's $12.99 at ShopRice for those. Brilliant product. Now, I've printed this on my inkjet printer and we're going to pop this directly onto our drinks bottle, but we want to use a glue that means we can wash this afterwards. Now, of course, these bottles aren't dishwasher safe because they're plastic. You don't want to put them through high temperatures, so you just hand wash it naturally. But you're going to want a glue that means that this rice paper doesn't all fall off whilst you're doing that, okay? Because that would be really annoying and really frustrating. You want something that's permanent. Well, ta-da! We have got our porcelain napkin glue from Cadence. It's dishwasher safe, it's all water-based, it's brilliant. Trust me, when this stuff is applied, it is proper stuck on there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take the whole cap off for this one because I'm gonna need a little bit more. So I'm gonna remove this, and all you need to do is take the card slide away like that. You don't need to keep that, you can bin that. That's just for in transit, keeps it nice and fresh. So I'm gonna pop some here out onto my mat, okay, just like that. Now, bear in mind, this glue it's got no odour to it. When I say it's strong, it's durable, okay? This is for your heavy traffic areas, so on bathroom tiles, on doorsteps, on handles, those sort of things that get used constantly that you would think wear and tear will take its toll. This is the glue that you use for it. It's brilliant. I'm actually going to glaze it onto my bottle first. So I'm going to take my flat brush. It's nice and washed, okay? And you don't want to add any water. Now, look at this. The consistency of that glue. It's almost like gel, okay? It looks like candle wax, okay? It's really, really thick. Now that again is because it's built up of so many different properties that allow it not only to be moisture resistant, but super, super tough. So we're gonna start to paste this directly onto that bottle. Make sure you remove any of the lumps and bumps. Make sure it's nice and smooth, okay? As I'm just put my finger in the top of the bottle to make it easier as we rotate it around. And the reason why I'm adding my glue to the bottle rather than the paper is because it's just easier, okay? If I'd added all that glue to the paper, I'll be picking it up and I might be judging where I've put it. This way it's gonna make it easier for us, and also I've got less cleanup on my mat. I've not got this big patch of glue forming. So you can even go over where you first started. Doesn't matter if you get any extra glue around the neck of the bottle or the base, it dries clear and you can wipe off any excess afterwards. I'm gonna put a bit of glue around the bottom of it. And then what I want to do is lay my rice paper out facing down and bring my bottle into situ like this, okay? And then we're going to just literally wrap it round like that, okay? Look at this, okay? So we wrapped it round, and then where, of course, that extra little sort of lip that I left, we're going to just go under there with a bit of our glue, okay? And just fold that down. You could tear the edge if you wanted it to be more of a sort of shabby edge. You could do that if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you. But I'm just using the brush to just literally fold that down. Now the base of the bottle there where we added that bit of glue, I'm just going to circulate around in there with my adhesive and up the insides of the rice paper, okay? So I'm pushing the glue on the inside of the paper, and then what I'm going to do, because the outside is still dry, is just fold it over with my fingers like this, okay? Just folding it in and it pleats it perfectly. It's almost like when you buy those drinks bottles with the labels on and it's shrink wrapped, it creates that effect. It's really professional. And then we're going to go in with that brush and just smooth it down. Now towards the top of the bottle, we want to address that situation. We're going to go in with not much glue. We're just going to press down, okay? Pressing down that rice paper into the bottle. The fact, and you're probably thinking, wait, you never mentioned why you painted it white. I painted it white because then, of course, all of the colour of the rice paper popped and just looked beautiful. Okay, if it was translucent, that's fine, but the colours of the rice paper won't be quite as strong. And I've not painted the thread of the bottle because it just doesn't need doing and it'll be easier to clean it. And also, it makes it look like it's almost shop bought, even though you've made it yourself. Then what I'm going to do is just give it a quick blast with my heat gun, just so I can actually handle it a bit easier for you. I've not stood it down yet because the base, remember, has got glue on it. We don't want to pull any of that away just yet. And this is just stunning. The effect that it creates, it's not only professional, it's quick, it's easy, it's reliable, but it looks beautiful. So, quick little dry on the bottom of there. I would usually suggest to leave this to naturally dry at room temperature, just because the glue will prefer it, but you can speed it up with a hairdryer, it's no issue. And look at that, you've now got your very own personalised drinks bottle. I just absolutely love this to bits. Imagine this as a gift. Imagine making and selling these. These are what you want to get onto. And this is a trend. This is where we've printed this rice paper. We could have put a name on here as well. A birthday. It could be horizontal. It could be portrait. It could be a photograph on here. But again, I love that they've got the little loop on here. So of course you could attach it to your waistband, maybe if you're out jogging or running or something. I don't know what that means, but I think it just means moving faster than a walk. But of course as well, it's great for if you're taking the dog out for a walk or over a weekend. It fits in your pocket if you're going out for a walk. I think they're great. Oh, a dog drink bowl, Amanda says. Why not? Designate one for the dog. Maybe you're going to have your rice paper with all the dog's name and photos on. So we have made our very own personalised drinks bottle. I'm going to pop this down to one side. I love that so much. I think that's wonderful. Oh, isn't that wonderful? I just keep looking at it. I just think it's really nice. Okay, so little tip for you. When that's dry, go back over with a top coat of your porcelain napkin glue, okay? Because of course we added the glue to the bottle, not the rice paper, and that'll just give you an extra layer of protection, okay? It'll seal it all in, and I'm going to show you what this looks like at the end of the show because you'll see the difference. It has an ever so slightly, almost a semi-matte finish to it, but it completely glazes it all. It's fab. So, sealer and glue built into one. Oh, Amanda wants it already. Amanda's going to be drinking out of that by lunchtime. Right, okay, what should we have a look at now, Amber? Where would you like to have a look? Start from the beginning? Okay, let's give you a quick recap and then we'll carry on with that plate, shall we? Because that'll be almost dry. Okay, so just to let you know, everybody, there is 2 left of the Cadence liquid leaf. We had this back in stock today. We've not had it in, I'm going to say for, well, I've not seen it this year at all. It must be at least a year that we've had this. It's brilliant. And it's pretty much gone. It creates an enamel finish of a liquid gold look and feel. Where's mine? Where did I put it? Where, under there? Don't know where. Honestly, it's fine. I just keep putting stuff everywhere today. I think I'm getting used to it. There it is. Look, found it. Look at that. Amanda, look at this. Isn't it fancy? So it literally is like molten gold. It's liquid gold on the surface. I'm sure everyone in the comments is thinking, like, what on earth is David doing this stuff everywhere? This is shop leaf. It's £7.99. Oh, yeah, that's Davina's just got in touch and says, perfect idea, Amanda, for taking my dog for a walk. Me and Luke really want a dog at the minute. We definitely want to get a dog. Let us know what your favourite, I mean, I don't have a favourite. I mean, I love all dogs. But what breed of dog do you have, Davina? Libby's getting involved as well. Hi, Libby. I hope you're well. I hope you're well, my darling. Thank you for joining me for the show. I hope your garden's coming along well. She's got a lovely fence coming along. We've all been outdoors, I think. We've been taking advantage of the nice weather of a bank holiday, haven't we? So, should we have a little recap? Amanda wasn't too well. She was in bed, bless her. But she's here now today. You feeling all right today, Amanda? She's all right. She's all right. She'll be fine. She's getting there. I'll give her a big hug and make her a cup of tea after the show. There we go. Perfect. Right, should we have a little recap at the top of the counter and come back? So, I'm going to make it look like I'm getting off a bus really awkwardly. This is my stop. I'm going to take you all with me. Should we do that? And as well, if you haven't done, please type the word Cadence into the comments. We are going to be spinning the wheel at the end of the show, so we'll be selecting one lucky winner. Of course, well, the machine will select it. That's not what we do. It picks it at random. No favourites. We can't do that. And of course, it will select it for you. And we'll give it a good spin. Okay. Now to get serious. The liquid leaf is limited stock, everybody. Okay. The heat transfer medium has sold out. It has been one of those crazy shows where we've had bits and bobs come back for you, but they've gone quicker than we can even finish a sentence talking about them. So I'm going to talk to you about those brand new glass and ceramic metallic paints. They're glorious in their colour. They really, really are. This here for you is your fresh and your mineral, okay? Your fresh set here is your top tone, your trio of colours. You've got your light pink in here, your turquoise, and your pistachio. Lovely, vivid colours. I mean, so soft and beautiful and gentle as well. Again, they are designed for all of your glassware and your ceramic surfaces. They dry and cure in the oven as well, which makes them incredibly unique. So definitely have a go with these. If you went for the previous set of paints, I know you most definitely will be building up your collection with these ones. We do have Shop Mineral for you down there at the bottom, which is another set of 3. I mean, look, that was that wonderful turquoisey dark blue I was using. It's just divine. You've then got your dark pink and your purple included within this bundle. For the both of those individually, they are just $15.99 each, which is a great price considering they're brand new. You're getting 3, and it's the most durable, high-endurance paint on glassware and ceramics that, of course, Cadence offer within their metallic range. What more could you want? We do have the glass place available as well. The glass plates. These are on the show. This here for you is a pack of 10. Inside here, they're a pane of glass, okay? And they slot into the channeled out groove within this little wood stand here, okay? They're place markers. So, of course, they would be great if you've got an event or a function coming up, like a wedding maybe, anything like that. They would look brilliant. They just slot into here, of course, for you without the fingerprints, but yours are going to have glorious glass paint all over them. It's an incredible finish that you're just going to absolutely love. Please take advantage. Do you know what? Rice paper on those would look really, really sweet. I think they would look lovely. Almost as well, I think I just swallowed some air. If you put this on a windowsill and do a bit of painting on them and let all the light shine through, a little stained glass window, how cute would that look? Use your stamps and things. Okay, so moving on from there, we're going to have a look at some more bits and bobs for you. Oh, Sharon's got in touch. She said the best breed of dog to have is a pug. Oh, okay. We've had our Roxy nearly 11 years, and she makes us laugh every day. They're a true companion dogs as they're with you all the time. Do you know what, Sharon? That's so true. It's an unconditional love. There's nothing better than getting home to that pitter-patter of little paw prints on the floor, and you just know that the second you get in, they're waiting to hug you. It's just the best thing ever. You can't ever fall out with a dog. They're just amazing, and I love that. And a pug. Never had a pug before. They're so cute, though. In fact, when we were away over the weekend, Luke made me laugh because there was one. We were sat on a bench, and it was sat on the bench looking at us. It was like a person. You could have put a hat on it and a plate of food in front of it. It was just sat staring at us for ages on this bench. I just wanted to squeeze it. It looked really cute. Okay, anyway, so it was enjoying a bit of time at the seaside. Shop Candle will get you the 4 glass candle jars. You've got 2 of the large square and 2 of the smaller ones. This is a great bundle for you, though, because you're getting all 4 inside here for just £14.99 with a great saving of £2.97. You can, of course, insert the smaller one into the larger square, fill the surrounding area with resin or your clear candle gel, and make your fabulous effect with, of course, your glassware and your candles. Again, it is oven safe as well. You can use your glass paints on here, loads of effects. Looks great with your mirror spray, or as a wonderful little vase, maybe with a centerpiece for some tulips or some roses or something in there would look really sweet. We do also have, I'm on my way back, don't worry, I'm coming back. Where am I going? Here I am. There we are. Let's go. Right there. So what have we got here? We have got our fabric decoupage glue. Okay. This here for you is shop glue. It's £8.99. This is the one I spoke about earlier, and in fact, because I did mention that, we will do some fabric decoupaging. Please remind me, and we'll do that when we get back to demo. 120mm. It's fabulous. It's got that rubberizing element to it, which makes it feel like vinyl. You can heat set it with fabric with an iron as well, with no steam, and then it's machine washable at 30 degrees. We also have shop napkin for you, which was that porcelain napkin glue from Cadence. This is your one that's dishwasher safe. It's fully waterproof. This gives you that incredible everlasting finish with that adhesive on your rice papers, on plastic, glass and ceramic. Of course, those are your most common used surfaces when we talk about water and moisture. As well, the liquid leaf has pretty much all gone for you there. That was shop leaf at £7.99. It's gone now, everybody. It is, of course, fully allocated. So congratulations to those of you who did get hold of it. It's a fabulous medium and you're going to love it. So I'm really glad you managed to get that today. As Amanda spied when she came in, a brand new set of paints as well. From Cadence, the Harmony Collection. It's shop bright, $39.99 for a full set of 10 paints, okay? We've got loads going on today's show. It's been a wonderful experience for you. Oh, we've got a question.
Danina, she says she's got some hot quills in her crafty stash.
Yeah.
Will the heat transfer medium work with those as well?
Okay, great question from Davina. She's been asking, she's got some foils in her stash. Will they work with the heat transfer medium now? That's a great question. It's all dependent on the type of foil. The particular foils that we have worked with the heat transfer medium are heat activated. So for example, with your hot foiling pen from Craftmaster, it penetrates the heat through the foil, activates, of course, that glue on the back, and it works alongside that heat transfer medium. If the ones that you've got at home are toner only, then they most likely won't work with this process. But if they're just heat activated, I can almost guarantee they will work. What I would suggest doing is just doing a little swatch test. Maybe just paint a little bit out onto a bit of fabric or a bit of card and test it and see how you go. But I can most definitely assure you that the foils that we have on the show for you today, whether it's Shop Intense or Shop Glow, they most definitely do work with your heat transfer medium. So be sure to check those out. If you've got foils that aren't quite appropriate, you can know that you do get them. So it's not like we can only offer you one part of the process. You can get it all here for you today. And they're only just under £20 each. Okay, so shall we have a look at a few more bits and bobs? Shall I just quickly show you as well that Crackle glaze? It's been really busy during this show. It is Shop Glaze. It's $5.99. Of course, we've used this quite heavily on our glassware and our cork and our cardstock. It's a fundamental part of Cadence's crafting is effects and different specialised finishes, and Crackle is at the forefront of those. $5.99 for this one. Okay, so I'm going to take you back on over. I'm going to bring this glue here with me, and we're going to have a look at some fabric. I just want to show you the application of fabric with that decoupage glue because it is brilliant. So I've got here with me my Cadence fabric decoupage glue. Always give it a good shake, okay, before you're working with it, okay. Want to give it a nice good shake, okay. Here we are, lovely. So if it's been sat around for a little while, don't worry. Good shake always does the job. I always recommend doing that. If some Cadence products you use periodically, always just make sure to keep a check on them and just give them a good shake and keep them out of direct sunlight. Now I'm going to pop some of this here onto my mat, okay. Pop it here and you can see it's much thicker, this glue. And we're going to work with it onto fabric. So I'm just going to get a small section of fabric here just to show you the process of application, okay? We're using our square apron, but this could be on your cushion covers, it could be anything. Now this here, of course, is part of this. Now if you've used fabric and it's fabric that's been used with fabric conditioner, just make sure to fully wash it first without any of conditioner in there, and it will stop it repelling any of the adhesives. Brand new fabric as well, we would advise just to give them a quick cycle and a quick wash with a bit of detergent in there, but just don't use fabric softener. You can use fabric softener after you've used your glue and made the project, but it's just advisable not to do that first, just because it can stop the adhesion process. So, I've got some papers here. I'm just going to grab this purple one, just as an example, okay, and I'm just going to cut a perfect triangle to pop in this corner, okay. So let's use, again, that trusty ruler. And I'm going to use my butterfly from this corner actually. Let's take off that wonderful section with that butterfly because it just looks gorgeous. So I'm going to use this bit here, okay, let's get just that there. And I'm going to cut just down there with my scalpel, okay, using my craft knife for this one, Craftmaster. And I'm just going to use this just to go up to this edge there. I'm going to work on the inside of the seam as well, which I think will look quite nice. It'll almost look like it's been printed onto the fabric itself. There we go, and then let's go right up to the edge here with this. Okay, perfect. So we've got our corner, and pop any excess rice paper to one side because I don't want that getting wet just yet. And then what we're going to do is find that corner that we want to work on, which is, let's have a look, there we are, just here. And we're going to place this down just to the bottom edge. Now this fabric decoupage glue is brilliant. You can use it on canvas shoes, you can use it on tote bags, clothing, whether it's going to go in the washing machine all the time or hardly ever. It will also be great on things like seat pads for the garden of your patio set. It's flexible, it will pleat, it will still stitch after you've used it. But what we're going to do for the application process is I'm going to brush it onto the back of the rice paper. And to hand, I'm also going to have a piece of clean cut and use foam, okay? So for this part of the process, you're going to want your fabric decoupage glue, a brush to apply your glue, and a sponge to push down your paper afterwards. So 3 components that are going to work really well, and of course, your rice paper. So, flip your paper over. I'm going to go straight into, of course, that fabric decoupage glue, and I start to apply it to the back of the design, okay? Always apply it to the back because, of course, it's going to sit on the surface of our fabric. Now, mine are inkjet printed, so when you're working with your glue, you just want to be fairly quick, okay? You don't want to leave it too long sat on the surface before application. You don't want to push any of that ink out, and we're just going to allow that to travel over there nicely. Take it away. If you do get a little bit of ink coming out, that's not a problem, don't worry. We're going to just take it straight to the fabric, okay? Now, that's why we use this sponge. So lay it out smoothly, and then you take your sponge, okay, and start to push it down into the fabric itself. Now just wipe off that sponge periodically so it stays nice and clean. There we go. And what we're doing now is pushing that paper into the fabric. The fibres are almost interlocking with one another, okay? So keep pushing it down, cleaning that sponge to make sure it's nice and fresh each time. And what happens with this process is the rice paper not only sets onto the fabric, the ink locks in place too, which is a massive key feature of this adhesive. So let's grab our heat gun and give it a quick blast and you can see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to work directly over the top of the fabric with this. Oh, let's have a look. Leslie says she's just received the goodie bag that she's won. So exciting opening to see what was inside. Thank you so much. Oh, you're more than welcome, Leslie. Congratulations on winning as well. It always feels good to win something, especially when you've just entered it. That's great. So yeah, make sure to type the word Cadence in if you want to enter today's Spin the Wheel. We're going to be spinning it in around about 15 minutes time, okay? My goodness, where has this last 2 hours gone? I have no idea. It just flies by, doesn't it? It really does. I think it's like a 2 hours and 15 minutes to get to Spain on a plane, but it's like 2 hours in here just goes like that. It's bonkers, it really, really is. And if you have stayed with me for the whole 2 hours, I really do appreciate it. It's wonderful to have you with us. So now that we've dried this area, you can now see that, look at that, the rice paper feels like the fabric. It's brilliant. It's all stuck to it. Now what I would suggest doing is then going back over the top of your rice paper with the glue, okay? Now this seals in the top coat, okay? You go all the way around here, just again with a layer of that fabric decoupage glue, making sure to go right up to those edges, okay? So we're going up to the edges of the paper because that's where, if anything, you're going to get a slight amount of peel back, okay? Just going right up to there, and look at how easy that is for it to come together so quick. Now, you can of course heat dry it again, but for the finalizing curing process, flip it over and iron it, okay, with no steam, and that'll press it and seal it in. I'm going to pop mine just to one side with that facing up so it can dry naturally for us. Put it down there so it can be nice and dry. And any glue can go back inside the pot as well. Don't worry, it doesn't split or separate. So I'm just going to pop some of my glue back inside that pot because I don't want. If you have joined the Cadence Club, let us know how you're finding it. Are you enjoying the project? The next ones are going to be out very, very soon, which is really, really exciting. So I'm just popping all of that glue back inside there, okay? So yeah, the next class is going to be out soon. And let's go back to that plate, shall we, and have a little look where we're, because that's all nice and dry for us now, which is exciting. And we're going to use that porcelain napkin glue, which is just fabulous. And we're also going to use, of course, our glass plate. Now, we did our crackle on here. We want to build in some rice paper design. Now, I printed one off from our downloads, which we have on the show. So let's have a look at this, shall we? If we place this rice paper underneath here with our crackle, we could start to pick out areas that we want to add this detail into. So I can see from there to there, I could pretty much get in some elements, but I want to feature the flower. So we're going to do a bit of tearing, okay, and we're going to join it. So let's start, shall we? I'm going to cut off the edge and grab my scalpel. Just cut off that fine edge just here. There we go. So I'm going to take that edge away like that. I'm also going to take off this edge from this side as well. And this is where it just gets really exciting. You can really explore with your crafting and do quite literally whatever you fancy. I've got a bit of glue on my plate there, so I'm just going to tear this instead. Much easier. Now, I want this flower to come right through the edge, so I've got them like this. So I don't want to tear it about that point, okay? So let's go straight through the centre and start to tear our paper. You can use water to tear it, but of course I've printed mine on inkjet printer, so I don't want to add any water just yet. I'm making sure that there goes right up to that edge, and I can see now I'm going to want to make sure I've torn off these sections. So I'm tearing off around about here. It's so easy to do, and this is where you really start to build all those processes together, whether it is crackling, rice papering, glass painting. You start to combine it all into one project, and for me that's where it gets really exciting. So those two are now together on there. So we've got our rice paper in one section. We've then got our additional rice paper, which I'm then going to layer up and pop around here. So let's take, I think I'm going to use, let's have a look, take this bit here, like that. That's a great question. Items for the next class will be popped onto the Cadence Facebook group. So any items that I'm going to be featuring in there, you will be made well aware of. So don't worry, you will be able to get hold of all of those. But that's a great question. They will be updated periodically, and you will get to know exactly what you need. But it will be soon. It's all about wooden items on that one. So definitely things like your wood burning gel are going to be used in there. So I'm just going to take some tissue and clean out one of my brushes. Here we go. And let's just make sure I've not got any paint in that one. There we go. That's what we want. It's a nice clean brush for our glue application. I might not get time to finish this whole plate, but what I'm going to do is get as far as I can do with it and give you a quick recap on some items that have been super busy. So I'm going to start to put my glue right down on the front, sorry, on the back of my plate, so that the rice paper can go over the top. There we are, like this. And then that is now just going to sit hanging over the edge. Okay, there we are, like this. Wonderful. I'm also back tonight for the 6 p.m. show, I believe. I think I'm doing a show with Mel tonight, which is exciting. Got a really busy, long day today, so of course make sure to stay with us. After this hour as well, I know Stephanie and Mel, I think, are coming up with that brand new collection of Windy Meadows, which launched this morning. Really busy for that. So now I've got that rice paper there through the centre. How beautiful is this? So continue to push in with that brush to get any air out of there. If you ever see streaks, it's because there's still some air or your paper hadn't fully absorbed all of that glue. And then what I'm going to do is a bit of decoupage building up. So a great way to do this is, of course, keep having a look underneath, seeing where the rice paper's going, see where the design's flowing, picking which pieces suit you, which you think is going to suit best. I think that there is a nice blend to work with. So what I'm going to do now is tear off a bit from here, and then I'm also going to feather that edge of this rose, just so it blends in nicely. And I love doing this because it's slightly different from what I usually share with you. It's nicer to see a project, I think, evolve naturally. So you can see the process, see how the concepts were put together. I'm forgetting which way I put it now, so let's just see if that one will work. Oh yeah, I actually quite like that. That looks nice. I'm going to do it that way instead. And I think it's nicer to sort of sometimes see the evolvement of a process come together. And of course, it also allows everyone at home to get a good understanding of how you can do it so naturally as well. And I think with something like Cadence, everyone has the opportunity to get involved. It is for everybody. So let's go on to the back of this one. I might just do the central element here with the paper. There we go. Just like that. And I'll try and get a photo uploaded of this when it's done. I know I say that all the time, but I will try my best to do that. And then let's pop. I think we'll go for the rose on that end. Should we go for the rose? Yeah, I think so. I think we have to carry that design on a little bit further. I'm making sure to tear all of the edges. Now the reason why I'm tearing all of the edges is so that it blends nicely. You don't get a harsh cut edge with any of your design. So we'll put that one just there like that. And then go over now with our brush. And you can see how it all just decoupages and molds together so easily. It allows you to create these fabulous flow of design. Look at that, it just looks natural now. It's amazing. So we're going to give it a quick blast with our heat gun. Just allow it to almost touch dry, okay? Then we can sand off the edges. But look at how we've got our crackle on there. We've also got, of course, our rice paper and our metallic glass paints and our harmony paints, as well as our napkin glue. We've used a real multitude of products on this one. It's come together so well. I've tried to kind of combine as many different processes together on one project for you, which I thought would be really nice. And of course, always trying to get them done within the time of a show. When I'm at home and doing it, I do spend a bit more time on there. But I hope everyone's been able to see how it's come together so easily. Let's have a look. Charlene says, can you apply rice paper to a textured glass surface or not with the porcelain glue? Absolutely you can do. You can apply it to textured glass, it will still work absolutely fine. You just want to pounce a little bit harder with the brush to make sure it's all definitely sort of soaked into those cut glass areas. I did one not long ago, which was like a cut glass bowl with loads of ridges on it, and it worked really nicely on that one. So it's definitely doable, don't worry. You just maybe have to work a little bit sort of tougher with that brush. Now I'm just going to sand off the edges to neaten that up. Okay, using a sanding block, brushing away from myself. Gives a lovely, nice, neat edge to this. Okay, and what would look really nice as well is rice paper on these two corners. I think that would look lovely, but we might not have time for that. Okay. Oh, okay, everybody, I've got a little update for you. Somebody's heat transfer medium has bounced back, okay? One has bounced back into stock, okay? It may have been an accident, but I've got to let you all know that there is one now available. One, okay? So if you want to be that lucky person that gets hold of it, it's $9.99, it's shop transfer, and you can get hold of it literally for a few seconds, okay? Because that's probably all it's going to be here for. We've only got 6 minutes left, so I'm not going to finish this entirely, but that there, look at that, that was made to be, weren't it? That fits there perfectly. I'm going to show you what it looks like, because I said I wanted to paint the other side of these a different colour to show you it coming through the crackles. So what we could do is we could take something like our beautiful turquoise blue glass paint and go over the top here. I'll just do a brief section so you can see. In fact, should we use our turquoise or should we use a different colour? I'm debating now. This is always the fun bit. Debating with colours. Oh my gosh, I could spend a lifetime doing that. Oh, I did find my favourite brush. It was in there after all. Oh, look at that. Honestly. Which one shall I use? Amanda, this is getting silly now. I need to sort my brushes out, don't I? Mm-hmm. It's getting a bit daft. So, on the back of here, what I'm going to do is take some of this out. Okay, let's get some of our glass paint out onto here. I'm going to go onto the back of our crackles. So, I'm going onto the back here. So, if I turn this round, and look at that lovely finish you get. When you brush stroke it, it does look rather beautiful. We get the Crackles metallic blue. This is where it gets exciting. So I've almost got a ghost image of that faint blue coming through there, but painting onto the back of here reveals the undertone. Oh, I just love this. You've got to try it. Go over the back of your crackles with some of your glass paints, with your metallics, and watch the colours just come to life. It's addictive, that's the thing. So, going all the way around here, a little bit more paint. Didn't quite get out enough, there we go. A little bit more. Probably should have masked that area off, but it's fine. It's still, I can try and be a little bit neater with my brush. Let's show you what this is looking like now. Look at that. You can get all of that wonderful blue metallic shining through the crackle. So of course your metallic doesn't crack, but you can make the surface layer crack. Also with this rice paper, I would now paint the back of this white, because of course when you put white underneath rice paper, it brings all the colour out. For example, if I just put this underneath there, look, you can see how much brighter the design becomes with that addition of that white background. It's so easy to build all of these techniques together. I'm most definitely after the show going to sit here and finish this plate because I've loved putting this together and building it for you. You've got only a couple of minutes, 2 minutes left if you want to type in the word word cadence. You were going to spin the wheel for you. My goodness, where's this 2 hours gone, guys? Davina says, wow, great idea, really makes it pop. It really does, Davina. It makes such a difference. It's really interesting to see, of course, when you mix these products together and the results that you do get. Always remember to put your lids back on as well. It's always best to do that, keep any moisture in there. Lots of you, of course, have been joining us today. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Fran. Hi, Charlene. Stephanie says, if using wood burning gel in the next class, I had better look in my crafty mountain to see if I can find it. Oh yeah, definitely, Stephanie. You want it, of course, for the class. I'm sure you probably do, because I most definitely recall plenty of you managing to get that into your baskets when we had it in stock. I think it sold out actually the first time we brought it. Chris says, what varnish should I use on a wood board, please? That's a great question, Chris. It depends on what finish you'd like. So if you wanted it to be glossy, the Aquastone varnish is a must-have, and that will give you a wonderful gloss finish, almost like it's got an oil on it. If you want it to be matte, but of course it will rehydrate and bring out the graining of the wood, use your Cadence matte varnish and that will give you a lovely effect. That's like what I used on my dining table. I didn't want it to look varnished, I just wanted it to be sealed, and that's the one I chose for that one. We do have the one coat solvent base, but that's more ideal for resins and plastic and metal. So for wood, Aquastone, or of course your matte varnish. The Aquastone, I think there's only a couple left in stock, or if it's gone, it is coming back in a few weeks' time. Okay, so, wow, there's loads of questions coming through as well. Linda says, what a great show. I've learned so much today. Oh, Linda, I'm so glad you have. It's been fabulous to have your company. I've thoroughly enjoyed each and every one of you. I'm most certainly going to go and have some breakfast after this show because I had a banana. And do you know what? I think I might just make it lunch. Do you know what? Where does the time go? It's fabulous. But I loved every second of it. If you've shopped ahead for your Crackle today, if you've shopped ahead for your brand new glass paints or maybe your harmony paints, whatever it is that you've shopped with, I hope you thoroughly enjoy each and every step of the way of crafting with those products, because it's an absolute joy to bring them to you, and seeing them in action and getting to see your projects at home as well makes it even more worthwhile. It's fabulous. So thank you so much for that one. Again, just a little gentle reminder, if any of you missed out, we were showcasing the brand new glass and ceramic paints today. Shop Fresh, as of course, is your top trio here with that wonderful turquoise, pistachio and light pink for just $15.99. The second set for you today is Shop Place. It's at Shop Mineral at £15.99 for your purple, dark pink and dark blue. What a wonderful show. What a wonderful collection of paints. Should we draw a winner? Let's draw a winner. Okay, I'm travelling. Gosh, it feels like the other end of the road. Right. I'm going to bring it over here. Mitch Walker, congratulations, Mitch. Oh, fabulous. Let's see what we want. I hope I can get you a good prize. It is number 4, which is 150 points. Congratulations. Pop that on your order. Just send us a message, get in touch, and we'll get them accredited to your account. Thank you, each and every one of you, and for staying with me, even if you just joined us for a few moments today, or of course you were with us for the whole 2 hours. I really appreciate your time and your company. I can't tell you how much it actually means, but remember to check out those baskets. Make sure those items are yours and those orders are checked out for you all. Don't go anywhere though. I can see the lovely Stephanie and Mel have just popped through into the studio next door. They're going to be taking you through the next hour up until 1 o'clock today. It's going to be fabulous. It's the brand new collection. I'll see you very soon. Bye.